lovelies, you're welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be checking out this particular video, biggest culture shock in Finland. We'll be listening to Michaela Peters talk about her experience, the biggest culture shock in Finland, and I really can't wait to hear all this, because we know Finland is a country with a lot of amazing culture. So today we're seeing this and knowing what these shocks are, these cultures are. So guys,
hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela Peters. I decided that in theme with all the Finland videos I've been doing, I wanted to record a video talking about what was my biggest culture shock when I moved to Finland. And I was studying in Finland for the 2 years that I was getting my master's degree. And I always tell people the same story, and maybe will be educational for those of you who don't know what life in Finland is like, and maybe for those of you who do, it will be funny. So let's see. So I studied at LUT, which is the Lappeenranta University of Technology, which is located in Lappeenranta, naturally. And I remember when I first got here, I was in a cohort of about 6 Americans, and we had a little WhatsApp group chat going. And one day, one of the people texted in the group chat like, "Oh my gosh, I just saw a naked guy outside the university." And I'm thinking, like, that's really weird. Okay, whatever. Until it also happened to me that I saw a naked guy outside the university. And if you're from Finland, you may be thinking, oh, well, that's obvious what's going on. But as an American, you're like, what is going on? Because first off, if you're naked outside for any reason, you're probably going to get a fine. That's considered public indecency. So I'm thinking, what kind of country is this that seems to have a lot of rules and regulations but allows public nudity? Well, little did I know that that's just part of the culture. So as you may have guessed, that just means that there was a sauna nearby. Or sauna, whatever. I just still call it a sauna. And there is a sauna that's eternally parked in the parking lot of the LUT campus. And there was a guy, I mean, I didn't see the front of him, but, that only lasted for so long because, if you're living here and you're taking advantage of sauna, you're going to run into some naked guys. And, that, coming from the US, I think that there's a lot of, I don't even know if shame is the right word, but people aren't just naked in front of people like that because, I don't know, actually. It probably has to do with, and I have proposited this to other people, and sometimes they agree, sometimes they don't, but I can see what your agreement or disagreement is that I think because a lot of Europeans immigrated to the US originally for religious freedom, because of the religious heritage that exists in the US, this idea of public nudity, public indecency is a lot more important in the US than it would be in Europe, which kind of makes sense because you always hear about like nude beaches in Spain and everything. So even like growing up in the US, when you're getting changed in the locker room, you get very used to changing in a way that you're never completely naked. Like you change in sections and you pull things out from underneath of other things because you don't want to show anything to anyone. And that's just what you're supposed to do. Yeah, in Finland, I was actually very shocked also when I started going to the gym here. And there's that open shower concept of like 3 showers next to each other, like you would actually shower next to another person, because in the US you just would never do that. You usually have partitioned showers because that's how most gyms are. So just as an example of why, as an American, this is so strange. And I know other cultures have all different kinds of ranges with how they view nudity, but you're thinking, okay, 2 Western cultures, how different can it be? Actually vary. So on this first day where I'm walking with my one friend and then we see the butt of this naked guy, I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And then you start finding out about the sauna. And there's another time shortly after that where my friend was taking a picture of me and I turn around and then I just see a naked guy and I'm like, okay, apparently this happens a lot. So yes, especially studying at a technology university, there are a lot of guys, and then it's actually, I started observing, it's very common for the guys to be naked, but the women are not so publicly naked. And there's also a joke, for some reason, I don't really get it, but that mechanical engineering students are always naked as opposed to other engineering students. Whatever, I don't know. But then I noticed that for Finnish women.
So guys, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I actually thought sauna, you don't have to be naked, like naked outside. It's just like a building where you can go have your beds. Or am I getting something wrong? because in one of the previous video I reacted to, that was what it's explaining, that you have a sauna in your house, you do what you have to do, not you going out to the public where other people will see you. So I am a bit confused right now. Is it this sauna? Is it outdoor thing? Is it something you can do outdoor too, or it is? I don't know. I'm just confused right now. So you all, please explain to me on the comments. Okay, my friends can do well to explain more better for me on the comments, because right now I am curious. I am confused. I don't know if it's an outdoor thing or indoor thing. Like she said she saw those guys outside. Yeah. So I don't know if it's something you do outside, because like I said earlier, it is the video I watched actually showed that it is something you do inside the house, not outdoor. So let's get back to it.
They tend to be naked if it's only other Finnish women, but they're not going to be naked if there are men there. So sometimes there's like either separate saunas or they're mixed saunas, and in mixed saunas, men are fine being naked. Maybe this is also again from a student perspective, not from a regular people perspective, because I have been to more public saunas and I would say there's less of the nudity thing going on, but I wouldn't say it's not there altogether. So I'm not even really sure that there are rules around that, because again, being more in a student area and using the sauna in a student area. Yes. So yes, this is a very interesting thing. Yeah, but the other part about this is at first I'm thinking like, is this weird? Like the first couple times this happens to me, that I'm like, they're naked guys. Then I meet with a local Finnish family. Okay, you know, it's like a family. It's like mom and dad who are probably like in their 50s, and then like younger kids like in their 20s. I actually have like a married couple friend and or you know, two friends who are a couple, yes, and they're in their 20s, and yeah, so I was with this whole Finnish family, and I had just met them, and I'm saying to them like, oh, I saw this and it was so crazy, because one of the things also when you're a foreigner in Finland, people like to ask you what's your biggest culture shock, and then again I tell the story, and then they're like, oh yeah, that's normal, and I'm thinking, okay, this is like a family that thinks this is normal, and they're explaining, oh, because if people are, you know, using the sauna and they're drinking, one of the funniest things is if a guy is naked, and they're like, sometimes there's just a naked guy in the city center. Okay, I've never actually seen that, but I was surprised to hear somebody say that to me. So yeah, I would say that's my biggest culture shock. And then eventually you just kind of stop noticing it because it happens. And then you're like, okay, whatever. It's normal. If you see somebody near a sauna, walk outside naked. I have learned that technically you're not supposed to do this, and that if you are naked for quite some time, the cops will come and say something. But I don't think it's like in the US where it's a whole public indecency thing and you get fined and all of that. So that was definitely my biggest culture shock, aside from the copious amounts of alcohol. Oh, wait, I'm going to add this. In the US, you cannot drink alcohol outside of an establishment that is either your house or a restaurant. Like, you can't walk down the street. I mean, you're not supposed to drink on the bus in Finland, but I see people do it. But you can't walk down the sidewalk drinking. That's something that I see a lot here. And in fact, I did have a Finnish friend come to the US, and he's like, I went and bought a beer at a convenience store, and I walked outside and I sat on a park bench and I started drinking the beer, and everybody looked at me like I had 10 heads. I'm like, yeah, because you can't do that. So yeah, between the alcohol and the nudity, I'd say those are the biggest things where you're just like, all right, this is kind of weird. And then it's sort of ironic because of the whole closed nature of the Finns, and then it's like they don't mind being naked. But yeah, they say a lot of things happen in sauna, like people are more outgoing in sauna, and it's a very big part of the social life here. So if you try to avoid it, you can, but you're gonna miss out on a lot. So you better get over these things. Well, at least that was my approach. All right, so thank you very much for watching this video. I do try to read the comments and answer as many as I can. I don't even know where I got the inspiration from this video. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, so somebody asked me in one of my Russian videos to talk about life in Finland in Russian, so I think I will also do that today because I'm in a Finland mood this week. All right, well, thank you once again, and I always appreciate the support. I find it very interesting that so many Finnish people like to watch the videos that I make about Finland. I guess because it's a small country, but yeah, I enjoy making them because I love Finland, really. And I think it's a great place to be I love the nature, and it's so chill. And I
Yeah, the
love
nature.
the lack of people because I really enjoy when things are calm. So I love it. All right. Well, until next time. Bye.
Wow, that was an amazing one from Peters. Finland is a very wonderful country which I admire so much, and I wish I do be able to visit someday because they have a lot of beautiful culture, amazing culture, beautiful people, wonderful people, and they have a lot going on with them that you want to know, you want to try. And so guys, my friend from Finland, please confirm this for me below, okay? Let's talk about this on the comments, okay? Let's know if sauna is the thing you can do in public or it is just the indoor thing. So I am curious. I want to know. Please answer me on the comments. I will really appreciate it. Okay. If you want to support the channel, you can use the buttons below or the buy me a coffee link on the description. It will go a long way for me and for the channel. I appreciate it a lot. See you all on my next video. And bye.